Hey guys, how's it going? All right, hey, our very first video in the series that we're going to be doing, sort of in conjunction with K-Way, as that's where I work, and sort of I'll talk about stuff here, and I'll also talk about stuff when I get a chance on a platform on K-Way as well. We're going to start with some national sports. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Super Bowl. That if you're watching this video as soon as it goes up, which I'm sure people are just waiting for, even though they don't know about it yet, but they're gonna. And Super Bowl just happened. It was a great Super Bowl. People are saying, best Super Bowl ever. It's hard to argue with, I think, at this point. I mean, the Patriots, yeah, you've got plenty of haters for the Patriots. Patriots are phenomenal. Patriots also inhabit one of my pet peeves. So people hate teams, players that are good. If you're good, people hate you. That's a weird thing. I don't understand it. If a team is fantastic, if a player is fantastic, you should enjoy watching them. I mean, it's weird that's like, hey, that team's super good. I'm going to hate them and just want them to lose and die and just be awful. That's weird. That's super duper weird. So I know there's a lot of people that hate the Patriots, but it's hard to deny that they're fantastic. They keep winning Super Bowls. They keep getting to Super Bowls. Eli Manning of the Giants, the only person who has beaten the Patriots in a Super Bowl, and not the only person, the only quarterback, that is. So the Patriots keep getting there. They keep winning. And last night, from when I record this last night, they win the Super Bowl. They come back, largest deficit down that a team has ever come back and won. First ever overtime Super Bowl ever. And just an incredible game. And even if you do hate the Patriots and you absolutely hate the outcome of the Super Bowl, there's one thing you cannot deny. You cannot deny that was a fantastic game. Probably the best Super Bowl that's ever been played. And here's the thing, if you are a sports fan, that's just the latest in a long line of championships in a bunch of different sports that have been absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I mean, you just look back, Cubs fan, I'll let you know right away, big time Cubs fan, have been my entire life. You look back, Cubs winning a World Series for the first time in 108 years. First of all, that's bonkers, absolutely bonkers. And then they do it in that Game 7. If you're a Cubs fan, if you're a baseball fan, if you're watching the World Series in Game 7, that game was ridiculous. There's a rain delay late on. There's a team meeting where a player who's not been very good for the Cubs rallies the troops. They come out, they take care of business, they win Game 7, they come back from being 3-1 down. And they win a World Series. And it's just incredible. And that comes on the heels. They did that over the Indians, by the way. And that comes on the heels of another Cleveland team, the Cavaliers, doing the same thing to the Warriors. Warriors are up 3-1. And LeBron and company with the Cavaliers, they come back. They come back from 3-1 down. You look at the college basketball championship. Go back and Villanova, little tiny baby Villanova. They come in to the championship game. They hit I can't. I'm getting so flustered just thinking about how great that game was. So Iowa boy, Marcus Page for North Carolina, hits a crazy three. Just bonkers three. One of the craziest shots I've ever seen go down in a championship game. And then they come back down the other way, they being Villanova, and they get into the front court, and they last second, right before the buzzer, sometimes broadcasters, myself included, they'll say, a buzzer beater. Here comes a buzzer beater. It's shot on the way of a buzzer beater, and it's a couple seconds actually ahead of the buzzer. This was a legitimate buzzer beater from deep. Kid from Villanova, I forget his name even, drills the three, wins a championship for little baby Villanova. That's bonkers. And then you look back at the college football championship that just ended. Clemson and Alabama. Just... craziness. I mean, it's been fantastic. So here's my question. Are we, right now, this very moment, are we living in the best time for sports? Is this the golden era for sports as a whole? I mean, we've got these fantastic, and now I know they're championship games, so the argument probably could be made that, yes, the postseason, the championships are fantastic, but the regular seasons are, nah. mediocre. I don't think that's true, but maybe you can make that argument. Are we living in the best era for sports right now? Is this the most competitive? Is this the most exciting? And let me add just one more example of how crazy things have been lately. Big time soccer fan, if you watch these videos, you're going to hear soccer talk. I apologize if you don't like soccer. You probably should. Give it a shot. English Premier League, top level in England. It's fantastic. Play on the weekends and it's early in the morning. Get up early, watch it, and then you still got the whole rest of your day to do whatever you want. It's great. So this past season, not the season that's going on now, but the one prior, the Premier season was bonkers, absolutely bonkers, and here's why. There are about 5-6 teams in the Premier League that legitimately have a chance to win the league title every single year, and a lot of it has to do with how much money they have, and that money is used obviously to buy the best players. So the smaller teams that are in the Premier League, they come in at a little bit of a disadvantage, but that's what makes it great, because then when you have the little boys going up against the big guys, you've got David versus Goliath, and there's that storyline, and that's a great storyline. It always has been. It's sports' favorite storyline. And with Leicester City, that's right, it looks like Leicester if you look it up, but it's pronounced Leicester City. They're one of those small teams. They're one of those minnows, as they're called. In fact, they just came up from the league below. That's another thing in soccer, if you're not aware, or at least in world soccer, that happens. The bottom, in England specifically, the bottom 3 teams that finish every year go down to the league below, where the top 2 teams and then the winner of a playoff from the league below get to come up to the Premier League. And Leicester City had just come up to the Premier League, and again, they're the minnows. They're the minnows in this giant lake, and they take down everybody. They win the Premier League. Like, this has never been done. This sort of thing. Just craziness. You add that into what's going on here in America with all of our sports, almost all of our sports anyway. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Are we living in the best sports era right now? And here's maybe a secondary question that can be debated as well. Is it the best? Or is it just the craziest? Is it just the nuttiest? The crazy things are happening and the quality maybe isn't quite there. So a little bit of a secondary question there to the first question. I'm going to throw this video up. I'm going to put it on my Twitter. If you see it on Twitter, watch it. Leave me a comment either on Twitter, on YouTube, whatever. Let's talk about this, man. I need to know, man. Are we living in the best sports era ever? That's all I gotta do. That's all I gotta know. That's all I gotta know. All right. So that's my question. The first video that I'll be putting out in this series. Again, Mondays will be the national sports sort of storyline and talking about things. And that's what this one is. So let me know. And until next time, I am Taylor Knits.